there are problems with Future's Rewritten Ultimate that I do want to address here, but many teams have cleared, and there has been a whole lot of controversy going around this Ultimate, as with every Ultimate in this community ever. Out the gate, I want to say that Echo's coverage and World First Races and all that is actually really healthy for the game, and I am a huge supporter of all of that. I want to see Final Fantasy be around as long as possible, and this kind of events really go a long way to helping it. In the world's first screenshot of the final map, there was, in the screenshot, a red dot in the middle of it. This is representing a particular add-on, and I'm going to avoid the names of the add-ons. I'm not pretending that I'm stupid, however, I do want to be very cognizant that I am posting this on YouTube, so I'm not going to name the names of it, but it displays a very particular location on the screen. The user from the first team posted it, and honestly, there are a whole lot of where there's smoke, there's fire kind of alarms going off saying, in my brain at least, if you are posting a screenshot trying to show that you have beat everyone in a timed contest and want the attention, how did you not notice? How did you not pay close enough attention to notice that there's a red dot there? And probably the obvious answer, and obviously I cannot prove if it's true or not, is that they are so used to that red dot being there that it didn't even cross their fucking mind. Literally the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. They didn't even think about it. It's been there the whole time, and so they wouldn't even think about it. I'll talk about the legitimacy of that and all my thoughts and opinions on that later in this video in the second half. But from there, I want to get into the fact that these are very ubiquitous. Like, we have come to the point in Final Fantasy XIV, as someone who has done the Epic of Alexander and someone who has done Uwu in Party Finder, at T, some people tried to bring in automated markers that would automatically put markers on people's heads. In T, personally, I don't think it caught on. I never had them in them. I think that it would honestly just distract me. But when I did Uwu, I was on main tank, and so thus you can summarize that I didn't get any benefit from it. But groups would literally not fill unless you had Alpha Node's mom, Allegan Melon, insert any of the silly acronyms that you want here. And it was kind of a bummer for me. I mean, obviously I'm not someone that benefited from it, so I mean, who am I to say, but it kind of was really shocking because those groups wouldn't fill unless you had Alpha Note's mom mentioned in some capacity, or as some PFs would call it, the thing. I have the thing. Don't look at me, I just have the thing. What thing? Well, wouldn't you like to know? As if people don't know, I mean, God. But further from that, I think that an even more insidious add-on is the one that puts telegraphs, and it can even, like, it literally can change the orientation of the arena. It can put lines, it can literally put rainbow lines glowing in the direction that you're supposed to go. And I have friends who have cleared, and they have shown me, oh hey, look, I have like this rainbow tether pointing exactly where I need to go, and it solved the mechanic for me. I don't even need to look up around my screen or anything. And I was like, what? It's actually kind of terrifying if I think about it. And so all of this is automated. You don't need to look around the arena. You don't need to observe anything. You just kind of literally follow what it says, and it has little labels above people's heads. And someone showed me this, and it was kind of mind-blowing. And the craziest thing about it was you can absolutely have that running actively as you stream. And I'm not even joking. These people literally opened up OBS, and they literally had it on Final Fantasy XIV, and they were like, do you see anything? I'm like, no. Then they swapped it to desktop mode, and then you could see everything there. I was like, what the hell? And so to people who say, oh, if someone streams it's legitimate, absolute bullshit. Like, you can literally have that full telegraph thing with rainbow tethers, labels above people's heads, and everything going, and you, on the other end, watching the OBS stream would be none the wiser. So immediately I gotta say, like, to people saying, oh, if it's streamed, it's legit. Well, no. Literally had people show me this. It's crazy. Now, I'm not going to talk about any more plugin details because I think you've gotten enough from that. It's very ubiquitous, very easy to hide. More pertinent question is, who won the world first race? Who is rightfully the winner? Who decides who won the world first race? And in my opinion, it doesn't matter. The person who decides who won the world first race comes down to the personal opinion of each person. Yes, that means you. You get to decide for yourself who the world first race winner is. because you will never get a consensus, and it's a fool's errand to hope for. Oh, well, non-streaming teams obviously are using plugins, and so all of them could not possibly count. Alright, well, stream teams can use OBS, and they can have literally that Nintendo game running with full telegraphs and labels, and no one would be any the wiser. So does that mean that now the stream teams are going to either need to play on PS5, or they're going to need to stream their OBS window set to view the entire desktop and not just the Final Fantasy XIV game window? Is that where we're going to come to? And is there another workaround with that? Well, obviously, with programming, there's always going to be a workaround. I can call it a desktop view, but if I modify the desktop view to omit certain things, say I go into some OS settings, who knows? There's going to be some workaround for even that too. But with that, I'm going to tell you who won the world first race. And likewise, this is my opinion. And opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one, and they all stink. But my opinion is Xenosys won world first. Mr. Happy won world first. Any streamer, any content creator who grew or profited monetarily from this, or profited in any capacity, or anyone who got sponsorships, yada yada, they're the ones that won the world first race. That is my genuine, honest thoughts. And then people will get their jimmies rustled by this, but I want you to maybe even experiment with this. Go to Crystal and go to Limsa Lominsa and just talk to your average, everyday Walmart player. Walmart player? Am I really using that term? Walmart Americans? Like, you get what I mean by that, hopefully. Like, it was just an Asmongold thing that I kind of caught on. It's just like talk to the Walmart American. What do they actually think? Talk to the average Walmart Final Fantasy XIV player. What do they think? Like, can any of those players name the roster of any world first team? Thus my answer. And again, I said in the start of this video, and I'm going to triple down here, the world first race and Echo's coverage and all the sponsors that participate in this is incredibly important to keep Final Fantasy XIV alive. Now I'm going to say something that honestly I came to when I saw some of my close friends, like people that I literally bought a bad dragon for. Long story. This guy came up to me many years ago and he was saying, you're in a relationship, I'm single, I'm lonely, and really guilted me out, and I literally bought the dude a bad dragon. I even said, be careful with this thing, they scare the hell out of me. Like, I don't have any of those myself. I honest to God don't. But I saw my close friends, like people that I thought that I was ride or die with, literally use the cheats, and this was years ago, and it kind of blew my mind because they were like, oh, I'd never cheat, I'd never do this really involved in the cheating. And then I had to take a step back and I really processed it, and I was like, if you use a plugin, you use a plugin. Mind blown, right? But how does that actually impact my gameplay? It doesn't. It doesn't impact my gameplay at all. It's not even in my group. Like, I mean, it is just the way it is. If you want to do something on your own, like, why not? Final Fantasy XIV, fundamentally, this is not like a PvP match where you're actively, like, ruining my experience. Although you could argue for the sake of people in the World First race that it would ruin their experience, although we have just covered in great detail why that's just a complete clusterfuck. But I really do believe that it's time to just drop the moral high ground. I mean, fundamentally, people are going to do what people are going to do. Right now, there is no anti-cheat in the game, and do I think they should add an anti-cheat? No. People will be like, don't fence it there. Do you think we need an anti-cheat? No. And it's exactly for the reason that I said. If you are going to insist on breaking your own experience, if you're going to do that, you have every right to, I suppose. I mean, obviously you're breaking the TOS, but again, it's no skin off my back. If you want to do that, you do that. It's just like me. I'm gay. It's like, I like dudes. Like, whoa, holy shit, revelation. But that's what I choose for my own life, and it really has no impact on anyone around me. I don't infringe on anyone's rights by doing that, and likewise, I am just doing my own thing. Obviously, I'm not breaking terms of service on that, although that could get into an interesting comment section, so maybe I should troll with that, but I digress. But the point is, if you want to do it, I say The onus is on you. If you get caught, if you get banned, whatever happens to your account is all your responsibility. It's not on me. Now, by extension, other people's success, and again, we're defining it in terms of clearing an ultimate in this game and getting the shiny pixely weapon, which I do think these weapons are pretty. The sage weapon is baller. That thing is art. That is just so pretty. And I love the Scholarberg. I actually really love the Scholarberg. Like, I'm very excited. I really want it. But I digress. Other people's success doesn't upset me. If you want to clear this fight and you clear the fight and you get the pixely sparkly book, why would I be fucking upset? No, really. Like, can someone tell me in the comment section why that should upset me? Like, if you got a top weapon, I think that's great. You cleared, objectively, the hardest content in the game. Content that I literally went back and I listened to Xenosys Vex say that top was like a shit-filled diaper with vomit on it that got the puke on it because someone walked by and saw the shit-filled diaper and barfed on it, and that it was miserable. And so, you know what, if you wanted to do that content and you cleared it, why would I be mad? It's just like people clearing Fru. If you have the Fru Scholar book, I'm gonna think it's cool. I want it for myself. Maybe it's just my mental is different, but like, I just don't find the animosity makes sense to me. It's kind of like, if you want to be a muscular guy, why the hell are you not going to the doctor, getting your testosterone and other blood work checked? And if you need TRT, get on TRT. I'm on TRT. I started 4 months ago, and it has been life-changing to me. My beard has been growing in way higher than before. My muscle gain has been crazy. My bench press in 4 months literally went from the bar to now 220, almost 220. It is insanely awesome. But I didn't sit around saying, oh, I'm so jealous of that guy, he has muscles. No, instead I went and I eat hella lot of protein. In fact, I eat hella lot of everything. I'm kind of a garbage can right now. I really need to fix my diet. Like, protein and Pop-Tarts should probably be something better. But I digress. But if you sit around and you are constantly jealous of other people and shit, you're wasting your time. Instead, you should be out there doing the fucking shit yourself. And if you want it bad enough, you're gonna do it. And that's what you should do. You shouldn't just be angry at people for achieving things, because frankly, what a shit way to live life. And I mean, that's coming from me, and I have been taking a shit kicking after a shit kicking. Like this year in synopsis, my fiance cheated on me, and my fiance has stolen tens of thousands of dollars between property and money from me. And I am so upset about that. And then last week, literally a week ago, my dog died. My dog, she was only 6 years old as a Pomeranian, and I loved Bindi. I loved her so much. That was her name. And it broke my heart into a million, billion, trillion pieces. And I was also informed that I am now gonna probably lose my job in the next few weeks. Right around Christmas time. Merry Christmas, motherfucker. And so I'm gonna need to apologize to those who are gonna be offended by it. But I'm gonna say, why the fuck are you that mad that someone in a video game got a group of people together, whether they're friends or not, and cleared a piece of content? Do you care about the longevity of this game? Do you actually like it? Do you actually care that this game continues in the future? Well then, why wouldn't you support World First Race? Why wouldn't you support getting more viewers, more eyes on it, more content creators? Because reality is, if you don't keep the content creators like incentivized and stuff like that, they will leave. I'm not going to name names, but we all know that there have been big names in Final Fantasy XIV that are basically gone. And that's a crying shame. A game doesn't die with a bang. It dies with a horrible whimper. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to piss off a lot of people with it, but you know what? I'm going to stick to my guns. I'm not going to be this pussyfoot thing anymore. I said in a video a year ago that Final Fantasy XIV concerns me, that the content drip concerns me, and that this really worries me. And right now, more people than ever agree with that sentiment. Yo, you should have caught on to the memo a year ago. I got flamed. I got called sane. In fact, I had myself literally harassed in-game, and with people shit-talking me that I've looked up to, because I literally said that, and then the streamer pulled up the video and just shit on me. Well, you know what? The sentiment is the same. The content drought's here. And so reality is, if you care about this game and its longevity, I don't think that you should be shitting on World First Race. I don't think that you should be shitting on the content creators. I don't think you should be shitting on the raiders. You should be trying to support them. Because honestly, we, at this point especially, I strongly believe we need people to care. Now, do I believe that Dawn Trail is going to have a ton of content? Absolutely. There is a lot slated for this, including the new exploration zones, like the Boja Eureka. I'm personally really excited for that. Boja and Eureka was my shit. I fucking loved it. But the reality is 7.1 isn't there. And we know that 7.0 didn't hit. Look at player sentiment. And if you're like, oh, I didn't see that, go outside your bubble. Go outside your comfort zone. I literally have never seen more hate towards this game than right now. And as someone who loves this game, of course I'm going to support the World First Race. I want to see 7.2. I want to see 8.0 and beyond. I want to see the jobs rework coming in 8.0. Like, I went to the media tour and I'm still so blessed for that. And they said the rewards rework was going to be this expansion and then the jobs rework was going to be next expansion. I want to fucking see what you do to my scholar. I'm really curious. I'm going to cap this video off because I know that we're 15 minutes in. But mods and plugins are very ubiquitous in this game. In fact, people are looking at automating markers already in Froof. I'm just in phase 2. I have a day job. I'm working that, obviously, and so my prog time has been very limited, especially given my dog died and other crap that I said. But I'm still in phase 2. But as someone who's cleared phase 1 quite a few times now, and I don't really see the point of it. But mind you, we're probably in the state of Final Fantasy XIV where plugins are so ubiquitous that it is gonna be prevalent. That, similar to Uwu, you're not gonna be able to get a FFXIV to fill without using automated barn orders. And from there, we really don't know who cheated, who didn't, who's a Puritan. I mean, every PF group, if it uploads a log, they have a third-party tool installed. Let's be blunt. That means any of the logs that have been uploaded to my profile have had a third-party tool in them uploaded by someone in the group. And by definition, that means that someone in the group was breaking terms of service. And so am I saying, oh, I'm a saint, I'm a little dainty saint? No. Like, it's just that ubiquitous that you know that someone is running a damage meter and someone's going to upload the damn log to FF logs. That's just how it goes. And that kind of is the state of the game. Now, can you guarantee no one in the group is using the Telegraph add-on? Again, I'm trying to avoid names here. And can you guarantee that no one's using automated markers? Like, it's a fool's errand. It is a hopeless contest that you're probably not going to win. And again, I know people will be like, make sure you don't fence it. And I know I said it before, but let me say it again. I also don't think an anti-cheat's healthy for the game. I don't, because if you frankly look at the RP scene, like role scene, even if it's not ERP, which most people know what the E means, there's a lot of mods. There's a lot of mods in this game, and again, I'm not personally a partaker in it. Do you know why? Because if I used it, I can guarantee you, my dumb ass, especially when I'm as tired as I am after my day job, I would forget to turn it off. And I guarantee you there would be like some kind of footage somewhere where I had a mod and people would be like, oh wow, that Rothgar has a big ass, look at that thong, oh wow, that ass swallows that pair of shorts fully, oh wow, that tank top looks really good. Like, I'm not a partaker in it, but I can't pretend, my pure Christian woman eyes do not see anything on Twitter. Good God, of course I see it. Anyone saying it doesn't, but I digress. I'm digressing a lot. The point of that is I don't think it would be healthy for the game as a whole if there was an anti-cheat, and so my opinion is I don't think it's worth it. I actually think it would cause more harm than good. And we're going to cycle back to what I said earlier, is if you want to do it, do it. But actually, this will be the final point. If you want to use these Telegraph add-ons, if you want to use the callouts, if you want to have a label above your head telling you exactly what you are, like, hey, I'm the first lightning in the lightning tethers, or I'm the third fire in the tethers, that, I suppose, is fully up to you. But it's a massive modded Rothgar, but You don't fucking get to go around and say, oh, the content's so easy. Yoshi P has betrayed the raiding community by making this content so easy. As you have, I am Lightning 1, I am Fire 3, go to this location in Diamond Dust with a fucking rainbow tether. You don't get to say that. And if you do, you're a fucking clown. Like, what the fuck, people? The easiest content ever has a laundry list of freaking plugins. Your client is more stuffed than a turkey with fucking plugins. And you're like, oh, my autosolvers make this ultimate real easy. Damn it, Yoshi P. Ugh, I was expecting a harder experience. It's just so funny because, like, the motherfucker that posted the fucking image had the red dot square in the middle of their screen. And it's like, how long has that been on your screen for you to not notice a fucking red dot in the middle of your screen? Like, my motherfucker literally must have had a shit ton of shit going. And that's the other thing about the telegraph things, is they only show the telegraphs when the mechanics are going off. Well, duh, because if you had a telegraph for everything, the screen would be covered. So it's like, my brother literally had this red dot, and they didn't... they fucking uploaded an image to Twitter. They're like, everything's fine! Fucking... like... find it so stupid. And I guess my extension, this is why I also just don't care, because it's just like, if you want to ruin your own experience, if you want to do that and bitch about how easy it is, then to fucking uninstall the plugins, bro. Or better yet, uninstall the plugins and go into Party Finder on Barrier Healer. And then you're gonna notice that you probably will be like, oh shit, we're not even passing the Enrage in P1. And as someone who's been in some of those parties, yeah. But it's easy. It's easy. How many plugins? Oh, only 50. Oh, okay, only 50. Sorry, now I'm getting to this point where come on, it's stupid, guys. I don't know. I don't know. You don't get to bitch about it if you have fucking just more plugins stuffed into your client than the damn turkey. Stuffing. Your client is more stuffed with plugins than a fox furry is stuffed with